look at the NBA real quick here with Luka Doncic. Donic? I don't know how does he pronounce it? He is uh, he's something. Not Swedish. Slovenian. Um okay. So he's 22 years old. He's from Slovenia. 6'7" is his height. He was drafted third overall by the Mavericks a few years back in 2018. As we know, Luka Doncic is an incredible player. I think one of the rising stars um, in the entire NBA when you look at it. He had an amazing performance as the Mavericks go on to 31-23 on the year. The Hawks, who had a great start to the season, but just have had such a rough go of it lately, dropped 25-28 on the year, but they put up a heck of a fight. They just have been terrible in road games. Want to look at tonight's game, though, between the Hawks and Luka Doncic and the Mavericks. Trae Young, of course, the key go-to guy for Atlanta. He's been great. Overall, though, he did not lead in scoring for Atlanta. When you look at it, that would be John Collins with 22 points. You look at the forward and Reggie Bullock, 22 points for him as well. No free throw attempts for him. Collins hit two of his. He attempted to anyway. Luka had a triple-double, right? Had a triple-double in this game, and it's very impressive. 103-98. Luka Donic, I mean, he had the moment of his life tonight. Now, I don't know if I would say that it's the best he's ever done, although it'd have to be way up there. I mean, this guy just keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. If you had said when he got drafted to the Mavericks, would you have said this guy's going to be a superstar? I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember what people were saying about him when he got drafted. I heard great things. I remember the first NBA game that I did on here was Friday night stream. Remember, I used to do Friday night NBA, which I might, if I'll be honest, I might get back to that. I used to enjoy that all the time. But if you go back, I think I can pull it up here. What was the score? 2020 Mavericks and Lakers. But it would have been in January because I had just started the channel in December. Lakers 129, Mavericks 114. I remember watching Luka Doncic in that game, and he did incredible. He had 25 points, still led the team. But, I mean, he went from being this guy that was only scoring somewhere in the 20s each game, but still putting up a lot of points, had guys around him, played the floor so much, had great rebounds, good awareness, great speed, and he just got better and better and better. This guy here, by the way, you look at it, Luka Doncic, his 45th career triple-double in a 103-98 dominant victory over Trae Young, who I think is a young and rising superstar for the Hawks. He gets it done. He played 28 minutes of game time tonight. He got the ball in his hands quite a bit. 11 assists, 10 rebounds. He had an 83 free throw percentage. And from the three-point range and his field goals, he was 33%. Overall, he had a heck of a night. It was one of his better performances. And I'm not going to sit here and say one of the better ones he's had in a while because, I mean, he just has had so much of that. The Mavericks are 18-10 at home. They're 31-23 on the year. The Hawks have struggled in road games. I mean, we could have expected the Mavericks to get this win here tonight going into this game, obviously. Atlanta had more rebounds. Dallas even turned the ball over more. But here's where it happened. The Hawks could not make the threes when they needed to, right? Luka, by the way, had 5 fouls here in this game. In the third, he got fouled a couple times, I think, in the first. But, you know, when you look at it overall, and again, I always look at this, how do you determine how this team won outside of the scoreboard? Like, is there anything like I love looking at the team stats? Okay, the field goal percentage. Dallas hit that a little bit more than Atlanta did. They also had a better 3-point percentage at 44 compared to 20 for Atlanta. Atlanta had more rebounds and Dallas had more turnovers, right? Oh, well, if this team turned the ball over more, wouldn't they have lost? And if this team was able to get rebounds more, wouldn't they have won? Sometimes, but when you have incredible offenses like this, it comes down to scoring. And what happened? The field goal percentage and just making shots, driving inside, getting layups, or making some good jump shots for three ultimately is what helped the Mavericks win this game tonight. And you look at it, and Luka Doncic, again, had an amazing night, an amazing game, and you credit him. 103-94 over Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. And both of these guys, by the way, these leaders for these teams, look, these teams are not going anywhere. These players are still young. They're not going anywhere. They got some bright futures. I think the Hawks just need to get guys a little bit better and more built around Trae Young. I do like Trae Young. I think he's great. He led his team in assists tonight, but he's really, really good. He's a great defensive player from what I've seen. He's a point guard. He was drafted a few years ago, actually to Dallas in 2018. But he's got a bright future, I would say. And I think that the Hawks have gotten a lot of attention since bringing him in last year or whenever it was. But he's third in the year, or third in the league on the year in points. He's third in assists, and he's fifth in his percentage. So he's high up in the categories in the NBA and scoring in some good offensive categories. So when you look at it, I mean, it's not like the Hawks are a bad team and Trae Young can't get it done. We know he can, but in this game tonight, I didn't really see much of it. And it wasn't even, and here I go. I mean, y'all know what I say. Did this team win or did that team lose? I don't think Atlanta necessarily lost. I just think the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic were just that dominant tonight. They got the points when they needed them. They scored when they needed to, made plays, great stops defensively towards the end of the game, and they got it done. I don't think it was that the Hawks couldn't get it done or couldn't do anything. I just think the Mavericks had it all figured out, and once they got going in the game, it's like they were not going to slow down. They led 29-26 at the end of the first. They outscored in the second quarter 25-24. So going into half, they were up 54-40, or no, 54-50. Both teams get 26 points, but a key difference too, they played a little bit better defensively, like it was a completely different defense in that quarter. Only gave up 18. The offense for them kind of slowed down a bit, and they only scored 23, but ultimately, just overall not slowing down up until late in that fourth quarter. It was just one of those nights for Luka and the Mavs to get it done. Kristaps Porzingis and everybody, and you got to give them props. You got to give them credit, and so we'll just have to wait and see what they do going forward. When you look at these two teams and their next upcoming games, the Mavericks, dude, I would not be surprised if the Mavericks could they win a championship this year. I slow my roll there, but they could make a good run at the playoffs. They really could. I think so. Their next game is on Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern against the Pistons, and the Hawks, who are third in the Southeastern Division, 25-28. They can't afford any more losses. They gotta beat teams like Miami and Charlotte, who are ahead of them, and they just got to pick it up themselves. But they also play on Tuesday, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. They play the Indiana Pacers. But overall in this game here, getting back to it and ending it on this note, 103-94, the Mavericks get it done. And it wasn't even so much that the Hawks didn't have enough in them. I would even say I think the Mavericks just had too much, if you get what I'm saying. But overall, you credit them, you give them props, and Luka got it done once again.